Hello, it's me, your local tomato. So today I'm going to be doing a book haul of just some of the books that I've acquired throughout the last month and a half. There's absolutely no rhyme or reason to this. They've come from multiple different places, mostly Chapters, which is the Canadian book chain, book equivalent to Waterstones and what's the other, Barnes and Noble. And when my store opened, I went back and I went a little crazy. But I also have a couple books that were sent to me as well from people on the internet, which is weird, but whoa. So I just pulled them off my shelf at random, so I just have them beside me and I'm just going to tell you the books that I got. So yeah. So the first book that I got is called The Eyes of the Dragon by Stephen King. This is a book that was sent to me by Shonda over on Twitter at Shonda Prickett. We were supposed to be doing this book trade vlogging, not vlogging, but review type video type situation for her channel, but she ended up not being able to continue her channel right now, so that kind of got put on pause, but we still sent each other the books. So I sent her Angel Burn by L.A. Weatherly, which I've talked a lot about on this channel, and she sent me The Eyes of the Dragon by Stephen King. So I have no idea what this is about because I read the back of the book and I'm lost. But that's okay. It is essentially about a kingdom where the king was murdered with this weird poison that nobody knew what it was. And I think the king's son is imprisoned for the murder, and there are dragons. And I think this is Stephen King's first jump in the fantasy world, I believe. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this. I've never read Stephen King before, and I definitely don't read adult fantasy very often, so this is gonna be one of the ones that when I read it, I'm not totally sure if I'm going to retain that much, but I'm definitely excited to give it a try. It'll broaden my horizons, so yeah. So the next book that I ended up purchasing at Chapters the first time I went to Chapters is Unpregnant by Jenny Hendricks and Ted Kaplan. So this is a book about a girl. It's literally barely 300-page book. It is the tiniest little story. It is a book about a girl who finds out that she's pregnant, and she ends up going on a road trip with, who is it? Oh my god, her ex-best friend? Yeah, she ends up going on a road trip with her ex-best friend, and it kind of just seems really lighthearted, even though it's dealing with a heavy subject matter. Obviously the cover is bright and it's very inviting, but the synopsis, I'll just read a part of it. The plan is straightforward. A 14-hour drive to the clinic, 3 hours for the appointment, and a 14-hour drive home. What could go wrong? Not much, apart from 3 days of stolen cars, shotguns, crazed ex-boyfriends, kind-hearted truck strippers, ferret napping, aliens, and the pain and betrayal of a broken friendship that can't be outrun. It just kind of sounded fun. I don't know, it seems pretty wild to me, and I like the color under the dust jacket. So it's been on my list now for probably a month or two, and I just decided to pick it up. So yeah. The next book that I got the first time I went is Every Moment After by Joseph Moldover, and this is about these two boys who are now graduating high school, but they were involved in a school shooting in their elementary school back in the first grade, and they ended up losing their third member of their best friend group. I think his name is Cody, Andy, and it's basically how they're dealing with this so long after and how they're handling it, going and preparing for their future. And I'm definitely very interested to read this book because I haven't really read a school shooter story that has been based on point of views from people who have actually been in it, but later on it's always been the sister or the girlfriend of the shooter. It's never somebody who is actually there and who lost a friend. So I'm definitely very interested to read this one, and yeah. So I think the next book I bought the second time I went, but I'm not totally sure. I'm pretty sure it was the second time, and that is The Thousandth Floor by Catherine McGee. I've heard very mixed reviews on this, I'm not gonna lie, but I really like the premise of it. It's essentially about this 1,000 floor building that people live on, and it's kind of a dystopian, I think. And I don't really know much else than that. Lately I've been going into stories not really understanding the synopsis as much, so that I can kind of have a really full experience in the book. but I'm definitely really excited to get to this. I do love a good dystopia, but like unique. So like the world hasn't ended, but this is just something different. So I think I'm actually gonna really like this, and I can't wait to pick it up and read it. Yeah, it's basically just like the world in the future. So it's Manhattan 2118, and I absolutely love New York. So this is another reason I love this book. So yeah. The next book that I ended up picking up is Girl Made of Stars by Ashley Herring Blake. This is a book about a girl and her twin brother, and her twin brother is accused of raping this girl's best friend. So this is a heavy story. This isn't going to be a light fluff time read for me. It's not even 300 pages. This is something that's been on my radar now for longer than I've known about BookTube, but I've seen a lot of people here on BookTube talk about it, so I kind of wanted to actually just pick up a physical copy, and I'm really happy I did because I wanted to add this to my collection for a very long time. So yeah. The next one I picked up, I think this was the first time as well. This is one I've heard very mixed reviews about, but this is called Internment by Samira Ahmed. She is the author of Love, Hate, and Other Filters, which I've heard a lot of my friends here say how much they love. I couldn't find that at my bookstore. That was the one I was originally going for, but then I saw this one, and I know this has been on my radar. I believe I was recommended. I can't remember who recommended it to me, but they're the only person I've seen who's like actually recommended this book. But it was on sale, and I am interested in the subject matter. So basically it's about a near future United States where Muslim American citizens are forced into internment camps. This is about a girl who ends up getting put into that internment camp, and she has to have help from the outside, from like her boyfriend and someone else to like get out and all this stuff. I am actually really excited to pick up this book. I don't know when I'll get to it, but it is something that interests me a lot. The next book that I picked up was the second time I went, and this is because I'm doing a video vlog next month for something that is like loosely based on something that Books and Lella did. So for this vlog, I ended up getting, I think I only bought one, Fight Like a Girl by Sheena Kamal. And I don't really know anything about this book. Again, like, look at me go, being really cool. It is about Trisha, who is a 17-year-old Muay Thai kickboxer of Trinidadian heritage. The fighting is intense, but she loves the rush. And yeah, it's basically about like her being in the ring and being a woman from Trinidad, and like the number one rule for being a Trinidadian woman is to be fierce as hell. So I'm really excited to read this book. I'm really happy that I'm going to be getting to it next month because it's super short. It's not even 300 pages. It's less pages than Girl Made of Stars, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really good. So the next book is a book that I actually was gifted for some bizarre reason from somebody from my Amazon wish list, so thank you so much. So this person pretty much sent me a note and they said, "Hi, you don't know me and I don't know you, but I found your Amazon wish list and wanted to treat you. Enjoy your gift from Sarah." And I thought that was the cutest thing, and I'm never getting rid of that note. And I kept the gift bag because I'm sentimental, and I was like, oh my god, like, she got me a present. But yeah, the present in question is The Meaning of Birds by J. Robin Brown. This is about a girl who gets a girlfriend. I believe her girlfriend dies, and she is struggling after that with the problems that she faced in her life prior to meeting her girlfriend, but also the new problems that have now come about because her girlfriend has passed away. So this book is gonna hit me in every heartstring I have and then some, and I'm really excited. I saw this book, I don't even know where I saw it. I think I saw it on a Goodreads list, and I was like, oh my gosh, this book sounds amazing. And I am now super fortunate enough to own this. So thank you, Sarah, if you're watching. I don't know if you are, but if you are, like, I'd love you to reach out because this is honestly the sweetest thing ever. And I'm super obsessed with it, and I can't wait to get to it. And I'm really hoping that I might try to incorporate it into next month's reading. I'm not totally sure how, but thank you so much. Your gift definitely doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you. The next book was originally going to be for a video I wanted to do in August, but this was back when I planned on doing 3 videos a week and didn't plan on having a social life, so I had like planned out all the videos I was going to do, and then I realized that I need to chill on content because I can't keep up and it's just kind of like tiring me. So I ended up buying this book. I'm happy because I'll have it for when I do decide to do this video, and it is called The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. So I've heard very good things about this. I know this is Chanel's, like one of Chanel's favorite books. I think it's like Chanel Time is her channel name, but I think this is like one of her favorite books, so I definitely want to read it. But I also I'm really interested in the story itself because I haven't read really any like 24-hour romances, and I'm starting to get really interested in them. Like there are a few that I've seen like over the internet and I'm just like, sign me up, sir. So this is one of them. And I also saw snippets of the movie from when I watched Chanel and Cindy's video where they watched the movie, and I was like, wow, I'm soft and I need to read this. So that's what I'm gonna do. The next book, we're almost done. The next book that I picked up is a historical fiction, which is something that I've kind of been getting more in the mood for lately. I just really, for some reason, like reading about the past. I don't know. It's like I'm one of the like very few people who do here on BookTube, but it is called These Shallow Graves by Jennifer Donnelly. I believe I've read a Jennifer Donnelly book before. No, I haven't. That was a false fact. This is about, oh my god, I don't know. This is about a girl who is going to graduate school and she's going to get married off into like high society because that's what she's supposed to do, even though she really wants to be a newspaper reporter. And then something ends up happening with her father. I believe he ends up dead, or he was already dead, but they dig up like dirt on him, and she has to do some investigative, like almost like journaling, but like just some investigation to find out what's actually going on. And I'm definitely interested. I like historical fiction, and it's kind of got like a mysterious element to it, which is something, obviously, if you've been on this channel, you know I like a good mystery. So I'm ready to read this. Maybe some point, I don't know, have my books on the shelf. Like, I don't fucking read. I don't know why I keep being like, the bookstore is a great place to go, because I'll buy books and then I'll do my Goodreads picks, my TBR, and none of the books I buy will be on them, and so I'll have to go out and like find new books to read. I make bad choices. I've only got 2 left. This is sad. Okay, the first one was extremely expensive, and I don't know why I bought it, but I also kind of do know why I bought it. And it's All Your Twisted Secrets by Diana Urban. This is a book that, oh, geez, fuck. Ow. This is a mystery book where 5 people are invited to a dinner, 5 teenagers, and 5. I can't count. There are 6. 6 teenagers are invited to dinner, and essentially what happens is they get locked into this room, this dinner room with a bomb, and they have to choose one person to kill or else they all die. And that is literally so far up my alley. Like, I heard about that and I was like, ooh, girl, like, I'm ready to read this. I don't know when, but I'm going to try very soon, because this sounds exactly like something I really, really should be reading and really want to read. So I'm very excited that I own this now, even though it was $27. And the final book that I picked up. So this is a book that I went into the store and I was like, Noah, pick out a book that you think I would like and I'll buy it. And sometimes I like to do that, but I don't think I've ever actually like committed to buying it, because there have been a couple that he's picked out and I've been like, oh, I'm just gonna go with mine, thanks though. But this time I was committed to buying the one he picked. And so I ended up getting The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. I have heard so much about Patrick Ness, and now that I've like owned the part of this series, I see this series on so many people's shelves. The lady who checked us out at the bookstore said that this was like one of her favorite series, and it makes me very excited to read this. All I do know though is that this is a dystopia, and it's about a town where everybody can hear everybody's thoughts, essentially, and this one dude has like issues and he doesn't want people hearing his thoughts because of like his situation, something like that. I'm actually extremely freaking excited to read this. When he first picked it out for me, I was kind of like, okay, whatever. But now that I've looked into it, now that I've like actually seen other people talk about it and really like it, it makes me more excited to actually read this. So yeah, this is the final book. That is it. These are the books I've acquired in the month of, what is it? It's not even a month. It's been like a few months. It's been like a month and a half. I don't know. These are books that I've acquired at some point in the past like few measurements of time. And I did also order Harley in the Sky for the vlog that I'm doing next month, so it's a very wide collection. And obviously I have my Owl Crate books, but I just wanted to show you the ones that you guys don't really get to see. So that is it. Thank you for tuning into this video. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I post twice a week, Sundays and Wednesdays. I'm gonna end up messing up that schedule, but for now it's set in stone, so we're good. And until next time, bye readers!